Today I'm going to show you how to do the legs and feet, arms and legs for your Monster Series puppet. Now what you're going to need is the pattern pieces that you can come up with your imagination, some 1/2 inch foam, some 1 inch foam, doll joints, and doll joints, and some coat hangers and some 18 gauge wire. That's all the supplies. Let's get started. Alright. First thing you're going to want to do is trace the hands 4 times if you have any 1/2 inch foam. Now, if you want to learn how to make your own puppet hands, I have a tutorial that has the just on hands that can help you learn how to make your own puppet hands. I have a video on just puppet hands. Then when you trace these hands 4 times, then go ahead and cut them out. Then you go ahead and cut them out. Then go ahead and cut them out 4 times. Next, you're gonna take your gauge wire and cut these out like 4 times. I do it like about 8 inch lengths. Doing like about 8 inch lengths. Then go ahead and cut them out like 4 to 8. Cut them out like 4 times for each hand. Alright, got 8 wired out. Then you go ahead and cut your coat hangers. This may take a little bit of wrestling to cut open, but when they get cut out, it take a little wrestling. Then you just throw the ones that you don't use away. Then you take it and then bend it into a P shape. And then repeat this process with the other one. And repeat this process with the other one. I've got my arm rods put together. Now, you can skip the steps if you already know how. Then I take the gauge wire and then twist them to make them look like skeletal fingers. Then, when you get one completed, then repeat this process with all the others. Alright, I got the skeletal hands all wired up. Now what you're going to do is just place it any way you want it. And then once you get it in place, then you go ahead and snip. nip off the ends that you don't really want. Then when they're snapped in place, then you bend the tips so that way the wire's not poking through the fabric. Then repeat this process with the other one. Alright, once when the hands are done, then you go ahead and put some contact cement on the wire and the foam. So that way the hands and fingers can be properly secured. Then repeat the same process. And repeat the same. Then put some glue on the other hand and fingers and let them sit and get tacky for just a moment. And then wait for them to get tacky. And once when the glue gets tacky, you go ahead and then you sandwich the foam together. Go ahead and sandwich them. Make sure to get the wires in, and then once when you get the hands all sandwiched together, you take some contact cement, then glue the tips in there like nail polish. Then wait for them to get dry and get tacky. And while we're waiting for that, let's get on with the fabric hands. Back to the blue fur. Then what you're gonna do is trace out with your medium shake hand pattern. Just only trace the circumference, half the circumference. So it can make it easy for you to get your foam hands inside. And make the sewing process much easier. So you don't have to look kind of like this. Look like this. Then repeat this process with the other one and then turn it and then sew it up on the sewing machine. And as I mentioned before, if you're going to be sewing this on a sewing machine, make sure to leave some seam allowance. Alright, got the hands all sewn up. Not the best, but it's whatever. Now, the glue is all tacky enough to pinch them foam fingers in. Now, you're gonna do is take a skinny object and then try to turn the forearm inside out. It may take a take a bit of wrestling, but may take a little bit of wrestling. Get the foam hands come in, but with some persistence and some timing. Alright, I got the foam hands all sewn together, all put together. Now, for the assembly. Now, for attaching these, you can sew them on, or hot glue them, or even, my personal favorite is dull joints. These are the kind of joints that when you snap them together, they cannot come out. So I'll show you how that works. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of wrestling. As you can hear it snap, like I said. This piece is wasted now, so I'm just gonna throw it out. Do not put them on until when you're exactly ready. When you're ready. Now, what I'm gonna do is cut off the extra. Carefully poke and make sure. I'm just going to use an awl to poke at. Separate the fibers. And poke at it like this. Then I'm going to take some my Gorilla Super Glue. Find it. But you can use hot glue too. Where did my super glue go? Give me a sec. Okay, got it. It was right next to my puppet pad. And just carefully put some super glue around the arm and attach it to the peg like this. And then repeat this. This with the other one. And make sure it's going in the right way, because if it's going the wrong way, then it's not going to work. And it's not going to work. Now, back to our main puppet. Figure out where you want your arms to go. Because the awl, the right tool is the awl. Figure out where you want your, it'll separate the fibers. You can place them anywhere you want. you'll separate the fibers. Now, it can be very difficult to kind of tricky. Best thing to do is just poke around and feel for it. Try to feel for it. Then once when you found your spot, then go ahead and put the inner dull joint piece. Once when you figure out and you want it to go in first, make sure maintain. Probably heard that snap in there. Probably heard that snap in there. Now I'll repeat this process with the other one. Then repeat this process with the other one. Alright, got these arms all attached. Cool little guy. Now, in the next video, we're going to do the final touches to this character. Do the finishing touches. Eyes, nose, and hair. Now, understand this. Building a puppet takes a long time for first time puppeteers. But once when you get the hang of it, you'll be just exactly like me. Now, that's all for now. I'll see you next time.